On a bitter cold day facing a good football team on the road, 3 Titans mistakes led to a double-digit second-half deficit. But have no fear. The Titans defense stepped up to the plate, pitching a shutout on the Chiefs in the second half and coming up with several big plays which set the stage for a dramatic win here in the Heartland. At times, the Titans offense were their own worst enemies Sunday against the Chiefs, scoring just 1 touchdown and committing 3 turnovers in the first 3 quarters.
You have to find a way to overcome yourself sometimes, and we did that. We did enough to really be behind more than we were.
And those are going to happen. Turnovers are going to happen. But I'm proud of the way we were able to respond.
But the Titans defense would not let this one slip away. A goal line stand in the second quarter. An end zone interception by rookie LaShawn Sims in the third quarter. And a big stop on 3rd and 2 just before the 2-minute warning allowed the Titans to score 12 points in the final period and escape with a last-second victory.
And to be able to come out and get the job done today and the past couple of weeks knowing that we can do it, it just gives us that much faith to get closer into the playoffs.
We're a team at the end of the day, and it just feels good for the defense to come out, have a good showing, and get the win on the road.
When somebody's struggling, man, we gotta pick up the slack. So that's what we did today, and in the end, we came up big.
I thought those guys played incredible, and gave us multiple opportunities. And offensively, we were able to get a couple drives going late, but our defense and our special teams, was the glue today for us to get this victory.
All phases did their part today, but we do got to thank our defense for coming big and getting interceptions and stopping them when we needed them to.
This is more about our team. It's not really about me kicking a game-winning field goal against my former team or anything like that. It's about the men in our locker room. It's about our team, what we have going forward.
Today's win gives the Titans an 8-6 record, and it keeps them tied with the Houston Texans atop the AFC South Division. But head coach Mike Mularkey isn't looking too far ahead. It's a short week, he said. Our focus is on Jacksonville. At chilly Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, John Burton, News Channel 5 Sports.
And Jonathan, they've now allowed just 5 touchdowns in 13 red zone possessions in the last 3 games. And as we look at the video at the smart screen, it all starts with short yardage defense.
And a host of defenders making plays. Let's start on 3rd and goal on this big goal line stand in the second quarter. Wesley Woodyard coming through, stopping the running back from getting across the goal line. And then very next play, 4th and goal. Watch the safeties collapse the pocket. Byard came around, Stafford, Woodyard in the pile as well. A big day for the linebackers and safeties at the line of scrimmage. And then later, this is the play that sets up the game-winning drive. A great read by Avery Williamson on an option keeper by Alex Smith. He read it the whole way, got the ball back to his offense.
And get this, the Titans have now stopped 9 consecutive 3rd and 1s. And what can we say about Marcus Mariota? Second time this season, he leads the Titans back from double digits down in the 4th quarter on the road to come back and win.
Just poised in the pocket, and in the hurry up is when he makes his best plays, I believe. A great 3rd down pickup, 1 of 2 for Delaney Walker on this touchdown drive, and then perfect precision on this 4th and 5 to DeMarco Murray, getting down near the pylon before that touchdown. And then the game-winning drive, knowing where he needed to put this football, right to Delaney Walker. Great turn and run by 82 to get up there and get in field goal range for his kicker. But it was Marcus Mariota that set up that field goal.
Just in field goal range. Titans with 179 yards and 12 points on those final 3 fourth-quarter drives to win. Yeah, big showing down the stretch by the offense, but it was the defense. We highlighted their short yardage situation. One guy in particular, Damian Stafford, who along with Kevin Byard came up with the big stop on 4th and goal in the first half. Defense, just 1 touchdown in 4 red zone possessions, 2 trips inside the 10-yard line by the Chiefs that netted 0 points. That gave that offense the opportunity to catch fire and get going in the 4th quarter the way they did. John Burton caught up with Damian Stafford after the game.
Staff, it was 1 degree at kickoff, -9 wind chill. What were the conditions like for you out there?
It felt like Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. That's exactly what it felt like. But the field wasn't too bad. It was cold out there, but it was cold for both teams. So we just had to go out there and look at it like that and get the W like we did.
This defense coming up with big plays all game long. You get the goal line stand, you get the pick in the end zone with Sims, the rookie, you get the big stop at the 2-minute warning. What's that say about this defense?
We we had a team meeting, and Coach told us to write down a couple of things that described the team. And then one of them that I wrote was resilient, and that just shows you the resiliency of this team. You know, backed up on the goal line, make a stop. You know, they're going in to score, get a pick, and then, you know, just big plays. Just shows that we don't never give up. You know what I'm saying?
And Mike Mularkey was saying that this team will never quit. I mean, what's that say about this team to be as resilient as you guys have been this season?
It just shows that everybody has the same goal in mind. Nobody's playing for a certain thing except for the postseason like we are. And, you know, when everybody's on the same page, it just makes everything a lot easier.
Talk about the goal line stand. What happened there?
I messed it up in practice, and then I seen it again today, and something told me to just shoot it, and I did. We made the play. I think me and KB or Wood, one of us. But, you know, just execute when I seen it in practice.
8-6, still on top of the division. 2 big games left. What does this team have to do to finish the deal?
We got to keep staying on the same page, keep working at practice, you know, just keep buying into what coach is preaching and what we're all got our eyes on, and we should be fine.
Staff, congratulations on a huge win. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays, you too.
All right, thank you, JB. Bring back Jonathan Hutton in here for some final analysis. The hire was widely criticized back in January, but at this point, no matter what happens the next 2 weeks, Mike Mularkey's proven he was the right guy for this team at this point, hasn't he?
He was. Yeah, he was. And here's the underrated part of what Mike Mularkey has done. His players absolutely love playing his style of football. They love playing for Mike Mularkey, and they have completely bought into that smash mouth mentality. He trusts his players. His players bring that back up throughout the week. They talk a lot about liking to play his style of football. It's paid off, especially this month.
I think we saw that with the aggressiveness in the 2-point call and all the players following in line as well. And now if the Titans can just beat the lowly Jaguars with an interim head coach next week, they will set up a de facto AFC South championship game week 17 right here in Nashville against the Texans.
That's the scenario we've been talking about for the last 2 months. That's the dream scenario for the Tennessee Titans, having the opportunity to control their own destiny in December, hosting Houston for the right to go to the playoffs. If they win next week, it all sets up for that matchup in 2 weeks from Nissan Stadium.
That'd be incredibly fun for any Titans fan or just a football fan in Nashville. Meaningful football is back, one of the biggest wins in a long time today. Jay Hutt, thank you.
Good to be here.
Thanks to Jonathan Hutt, who came back from Frigid, KC, to join us on the Electric Power Company's Sunday Sports Central last night. Right now on NewsChannel5.com, you can find my column about the win yesterday and Mike Mularkey and the mindset he's instilled in this team, which goes back to that 2-point conversion. You can see that. Plus, lots of stuff from John Glennon, longtime Titans insider, is contributing for us right now on News Channel 5. You can get all his game day coverage from yesterday, plus several Monday musings or Monday morning quarterbacking type of things from today after hearing Mike Mularkey talk over at St. Thomas Sports Park as well. John Glennon joined us in studio last night as well. Let's get some of his storylines from the game now from last night on the Electric Power Company's Sunday Sports Central. Time now to bring in News Channel 5 contributor and longtime Titans insider John Glennon for his storylines on this one. We'll get to that 2-point conversion decision in just a second. But with the game on the line in the fourth quarter, John, was there any doubt who Marcus Mariota was looking to?
There really wasn't. You know, both Mariota and Delaney Walker had struggled up until the fourth quarter. But you look at what happened in the fourth quarter. Mariota 7 completions in 12. 4 of those went to Delaney Walker. He had 2 big third down receptions. Titans 2 scoring drives to win the game there.
A great combination for sure. Of course, the biggest catch late came from DeMarco Murray on 4th down to set up the touchdown that led to that controversial 2-point conversion decision. We heard the players. They have Mike Mularkey's back. But what did you make about that call?
I could not agree with it. You know, it worked out in the end for the Titans. But to me, you go for 2 if it's maybe one of the last few plays of the game, or if you feel like you're being dominated and you don't stand a chance for the rest of the game in overtime. To me, neither of those were the case there. I thought it was too risky given the fact that whether you make it a 1-point or a 2-point, you're still going to have to stop Kansas City one more time. Why not try to stop them with the security of having a tie instead of being desperate to get the ball back, especially when you don't have any timeouts left, and Kansas City wouldn't, had in theory had a chance to run that clock out.
Perhaps the decision magnified by the fact that Delaney Walker wasn't even on the field,
right,
and DeMarco Murray was blocking in the backfield on that route. The Titans hadn't turned the ball over one time in the last 4 games. They turned it over 3 times on Sunday. How much more impressive does that make this win?
Well, yeah, that's just it. I think that was maybe the biggest storyline coming into this game, is the Titans had been playing turnover-free ball for 4 games, but Kansas City tied for the league lead coming in with 25 takeovers. So who was going to win that battle? Well, Kansas City won the battle. 3 takeaways in the game, 2 fumble recoveries, and an interception. Still, the Titans' defense comes up big, doesn't give Kansas City any opportunity to score on 2 of those turnovers. So Titans lose the turnover battle. But